Yo, what is up, you guys? I hope y'all been partying like every day is your birthday. Now, if you did not see the last video, y'all know I got the side monitor covered up, man. I was editing back my videos, and I kept, you know, redoing them, or what do you call looking over videos? Revising? Advising? Something like that, man. I was going through. And I kept noticing, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking at this monitor, and then I hit them with every 5 seconds, man, you know what I'm saying? My OCD, I gotta make sure I'm in frame and, you know, everything's looking good. Like, I don't want my arms to be out of frame or anything like that. So I'm covering up with a t-shirt now, so we're gonna be focused, or I'm gonna try to be focused. Watch half of my body be out the frame right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. We got top 10 greatest prison escapes, and let's just get right to it.
Greatest prison escapes of all time. Number 10. John Dillinger. John Herbert Dillinger Jr. was a famous American bank robber who operated during the Depression era. He robbed 24 banks and, get this, 4 police stations during his heyday. After robbing 2 banks, he was caught and imprisoned.
How do you rob a police station, bro? Am I tripping right now? Did he not say police station?
Police stations during.
How do they not have cameras in police stations? When was cameras invented, man? I don't really know. That's a good question. Go ask your parents, because I'm not a science teacher. But what were we talking about? I honestly don't even know. So back to the video we go.
Banks and, get this, 4 police stations during his heyday.
The police stations, bro. Yeah, how do you not see the police stations? And how is there not video cameras in there, man? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? There gotta be some video
Robbing
cameras.
2 banks, he was caught and imprisoned in Lima in the autumn of 1933. Here, he was technically broken out of jail rather than escaped, but he did it in a way that only John Dillinger could. He helped a group of prisoners escape just 4 days after he was captured. The same inmates returned for Dillinger, disguised as Indiana State Prison guards, and released Dillinger from his cell. After another series of bank robberies, Dillinger was again cornered in 1934 and sent to Crown Point Jail, which was highly touted as being escape-proof. Of course, though, Dillinger just had to prove this false. He crafted a wooden gun from the shelving in his cell, and he then tricked a guard into opening his cell and...
Bro, how do you get tricked by having a wooden gun, bro? How do you get tricked? How do you get tricked, bro? Do you not see that bit is wood? How do you not see it's a wood? How do you not see that bit is not a wooden gun? Did he spray paint it like? Well, what colors are most guns? You know what I'm saying? I know there ain't wood guns. Is there wood pistols? No.
And proceeded to take 17 men hostage using the fake gun. He locked the men in his own cell, then...
Bro, oh my god. How do you trick 17 people into... Bro, he's good. He must be good. Because if you could trick 17 prison guards that you have a fake gun, either you gotta be good, or them prison guards mother fluffing suck. The reason this bit is escape... They say it's escape proof. No one must have ever just tried to escape before. That bit is tweaking just. Bro, am I?
Fled the scene.
I'm stressing.
Dillinger evaded police across 4 states before meeting his end on the 22nd of July, 1934, when a tip-off led to a shootout in Chicago. Dillinger was shot 3 times and was pronounced dead shortly after. Number 9. Alfred George Heinz. British career criminal Alfred George Heinz successfully broke out of not 1, not 2, but 3 high-security prisons while serving a 12-year prison sentence. His first escape was from a Nottingham prison in 1958, where he managed to get through locked doors and over a 20-foot prison wall to his freedom. This earned him the appropriate nickname of Houdini Heinz. During his time on the lam, which was about 248 days, he traveled across Europe working as a painter-decorator before he was caught. Though not to be deterred, he used his rearrest to his advantage, bringing a lawsuit against the authorities and hence finding a reason to be escorted to law courts. While he was in the courthouse, he somehow duped his guards to take him to the toilet, where he was able to lock them up in a cubicle using a padlock previously prepared for him by some accomplices. This escape, however, only lasted about 5 hours later while at the airport. His third and final prison escape came less than a year later when he escaped from Chelmsford Prison.
Bro, how do you let that man escape twice, not notice, and let him get a third off, bro? He's playing y'all for fools. He's playing y'all for a fool, man. You gotta tighten up. You gotta be looking out.
It's unclear how he did it this time, but he fled to Ireland assuming a false identity and lived there for 2 years before being caught in a routine traffic stop while driving an unregistered car.
That's tough.
Number 8. John Gerard. John Gerard is the only person ever known to have escaped from the notorious Tower of London. Quite ironically, he wasn't a career criminal, but rather a Jesuit priest, making the escape even more amazing. He was imprisoned for continuing to preach his Catholic beliefs when the church was under heavy persecution from Elizabeth in England.
Oh,
While in prison, he endured several interrogations after being tortured for information. He never did break, but was eventually sentenced to death for his so-called crimes.
Oh yeah, you gotta go, bro.
Desperate to escape, Gerard was able to send notes written in orange juice to his allies on the outside. These allies rowed a boat into the tower's moat, and Gerard was able to escape by using a rope thrown up to him. Cheating death after almost falling because of his tortured hands, Gerard managed to climb down to the boat, flee England, and live the rest of his life safely in Rome.
Good man.
Number 7. The Texas Seven.
Huh?
The Texas Seven were a group of prisoners who escaped from the John B. Connolly unit on the 13th of December in 2000. The escape was an elaborate scheme devised by the group which led to them overpowering and restraining over 16 people, including supervisors, officers, and 3 uninvolved inmates. As soon as they were overpowered, clothing, credit cards, and ID were taken from the hostages and were used to impersonate civilians at the back gate of the prison.
Hey man, if all 7 of them escaped, yo, they kind of swift with that, man. Imagine not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. You get the point. But all of them escaped? It's a finesse, man. That's pretty tough to get that many people to escape, man. You got me. I'm trying to not hiccup.
While the officers stayed behind to make phone calls to the prison tower guards to distract them, the others raided the guard tower and stole numerous weapons before finally hijacking a prison maintenance pickup truck in which all 7 drove away from the prison. Despite this daring and amazing escape, 6 of the 7 were apprehended just over a month later and placed on death row. The 7th guy took his own life, obviously choosing to die on his own terms. Number 6. The Empress Matilda. In the autumn of 1142, Empress Matilda was besieged in Oxford Castle by soldiers loyal to her cousin Stephen. At the time, the battle called the Anarchy was raging across the country for the crown of England. Stephen, grandson of William the Conqueror, and the Empress both laid claim to the crown and took it in turns to lay siege to one another's strongholds. The siege at Oxford Castle lasted 3 long months. Matilda's epic escape came one snowy night in December. When at the
Yo, armor was so fluke back in medieval times. Yeah, I get it was heavy. You know what I'm saying? I understand how the armor is way... We don't even... Do we have armor now? Well, I understand that we don't... Why don't we have armor now, man? Do we have armor? I have no idea. But I feel like they had more armor back in the olden times. Yeah, I get it was heavier, but they were protected, man. You would literally have to hit them with a cannonball to get them.
The legend is to be believed, she wrapped herself in a white cape and fled on makeshift ice skates across the ice to Wallingford Castle. A truce was decided to end this battle, with Matilda agreeing that Stephen could keep her son Henry became his heir. Quite suspiciously, Stephen died not long after this agreement was forged, allowing King Henry II to take the throne.
Finessed.
Number 5. The Alcatraz Trio. In June of 1962, 3 prisoners of the notorious Alcatraz Island success.
Alcatraz, ain't that the bit from Batman? Alcatraz prison, isn't that the one the Joker was from? Them motherfuckers must be crazy in that bit.
Fully escaped. After that, they seemed to vanish from the face of the earth.
For sure,
In a
bro.
plot
They
concocted
crazy.
by fellow inmate Alan West, Frank Morris, John Anglin, and his brother Clarence, they spent 2 years digging an escape route from the cell walls and building a raft to sail to freedom. They were also very thorough to detail, as they also placed dummies in their own beds to fool the prison guards, so it wasn't until the following morning that the guards discovered they had gone. Parts of the raft and life preservers were later found in the bay, along with some of the prisoners' personal effects, leading investigators to conclude that the men had drowned, although no bodies were ever found. The FBI officially closed the case on the 31st of December in 1979, concluding that there were no sufficient evidence proving the 3 men had survived.
Bro, they finessed it. I guarantee you they just set it up, man. They probably just finessed the game.
On the other hand, there aren't any conclusive evidence that proves the trio had died either. Number 4. Ronnie Biggs. Ronald Arthur Biggs, more commonly known as Ronnie Biggs, is infamous for his role in the Great Train Robbery in 1963.
What's
and
that?
for evading capture for 36 years living as a fugitive until he voluntarily turned himself over to authorities in 2000.
Bro, 36 years strong? Come on, man. You gotta keep that up, man. We gotta see how long you could go. 36 years? That's kind of crazy. To avoid authorities for 36 years?
2001. After being caught and sent to prison for his part in the Great Train Robbery, Biggs only served 19 months of his prison sentence before escaping from Wandsworth Prison on the 8th of July 1965, doing so by scaling a wall with a rope ladder and dropping onto a waiting van. He fled to Brussels via boat, and then on to Paris where he took on a new identity and even underwent plastic surgery. His 36 years on the lam were spent mainly in Australia and Brazil. On the 7th of May 2001, he voluntarily returned to the UK and was immediately arrested and imprisoned. He served 8 years in jail before being released on compassionate grounds in 2009. He died then in December of 2013. Number 3. The Maze Prison Escape. The HM Prison Maze was the backdrop of
Why do you guys think he, though, came back to the UK? What do y'all think the reason was for that? That's definitely interesting to think about why he came back.
Biggest prison escape in British history. When, on the 25th of September 1983, 38 IRA prisoners literally broke their way out of the maximum security prison. Back then, it was considered to be one of the most assassin's.
Yeah, bro. All jails are escape-proof until a motherfluffer tries to escape. All I know is most jails that are escape-proof, bro, most of them just haven't had someone smart try to escape from them yet.
Europe, which was pretty understandable given that 15-foot fences and 18-foot thick concrete walls topped with barbed wire encircled H-block, and solid steel doors barred all exits from the prison complex. The inmates planned the escape over several months, and the plan goes extremely deep, even including 2 accomplices who applied and accepted for orderly jobs. It was their job to identify weaknesses in the system, and they were eventually able to smuggle 6 handguns into the prison by exploiting these downfalls. Just after 2:30 p.m., prisoners seized control by simultaneously taking the prison officers hostage and hijacking a food truck which was delivering food to the facility.
Ooh, hey, I'm definitely, if I gotta hijack anything, you know, y'all should never go rob, steal, or nothing. But if I was to steal something, you best believe it's gonna be a food truck, man. I'm gonna be buzzing on some food. I have to.
Officers in the gatehouse were also taken hostage, and after several attempts, the escapees managed to open the main gate. They were faced with a makeshift roadblock of 2 cars next, at which point the inmates abandoned the truck and climbed over a fence to freedom. In the aftermath, 38 prisoners were able to escape, injuring 20 prison officers in the process, with 1 officer dying of a heart attack during the daring escape. Now it's time for the day's best pick. Today's photo might look like a daring escape, and it is in a way. But instead of ending in a run for freedom, it became one of the most hilarious prison escapes to have ever been attempted.
Bro.
Find out more next with number 2. Stuck in a hole. Never put a peg in a round hole. We've all been taught that as kids. Also, never squeeze into a hole that's too small for you. Unfortunately, that's one childhood lesson this Brazilian inmate forgot. 4 inmates tried to escape through a hole made on their cell's wall using a metal pipe from one prison shower. Unfortunately for them, they were as smart as a bag of hammers. They made the hole too small. Now, well,
bro, you choked the bag though. Like, imagine trying to escape with your buddies, bro. One dude goes and then the other one's stuck. The other one said you get stuck because that motherfucker made that bitch too small. That's tough, bro. You fumbled the bag for your whole fam.
The first inmate, who was small, was able to squeeze himself through. The next one who tried immediately got stuck, trapping himself and 2 other would-be escapees in the process. Because of this, slight miscalculation, the prison guards soon discovered the hapless inmate and put a stop to their escape attempt. That and the fact that the stuck inmate was reportedly screaming for dear life for someone to help him out.
Number 1, babe. Let me see it.
1. The Great Escape. The brainchild of squadron leader Roger
Well, if that bit is called The Great Escape, I need to be bedazzled with this one.
The Great Escape from prisoner of war camp Stalag III is bar none the greatest prison escape in history. Bushell was in command of the escape committee in the northern compound, where the British airmen were housed. His plan involved the building of 3 long and deep tunnels named Tom, Dick, and Harry underneath the camp fences. They figured if one of the tunnels was discovered by the Germans, it was presumed that they would never suspect 2 more might be underway. The tunnels ascended 30 feet below the surface and were only 2 foot square. The walls were shored up with pieces of wood, which were mainly scavenged from the prisoners' beds. More than 600 POWs were involved in the construction, with Bichelle hoping that at least 200 of them would escape. On the 24th of March, the escape attempt began at 10:30 p.m. The first man out emerged and discovered the tunnel had come up short. Rather than reaching into a nearby forest, the tunnel came out just feet short of the tree line and perilously close to a guard tower. Even so, 76 men crawled through the tunnel to freedom before the 77th.
Damn, bro, but yeah, you guys got to dig that a little bit farther out. Right next to freedom, it needs to be a little farther to freedom.
Was spotted by the guards. Of 76 initial escapees, 73 were recaptured. And to dissuade any further escape attempts, Hitler ordered half of the prisoners executed. Know of any more great escape stories?
Damn.
Let us know down below in the comments.
Y'all, I wish they could have gotten more out from that. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if y'all are new to the crew. Hey, that t-shirt thing definitely helped. I didn't even look at it like once or twice. We are now laser focused for our videos. Laser focused. Gotta grow every day. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. We got some more coming out for y'all. And deuces.